Talk. Like 1450 WCTC on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at 1450 WCTC. Jersey Central with Bert Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
8:09, hour number 3 of Jersey Central. It's a Friday morning on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. Good morning to you. It's Bert Barron, 58, some light rain. Traffic and weather update coming up at 8:15. But it's time for our New Jersey Monthly for the month of September. We're going to preview the October issue for the 8 o'clock hour, and joined, as always, almost always for the feature, we have Ken Schlager, the editor of New Jersey Monthly Magazine, who is here. Good morning, Ken. How are you?
Good morning. Okay. Unfortunately, I brought some late fall weather with me today.
You did. It's like it's feeling like fall out there today. Man, oh man. And we'll get the full forecast coming up, which I think makes it perfect timing for the October issue. And before we jump into this, Ken, what's going on with in Hoboken and, of course, the big train accident yesterday? You were mentioning that when you had worked in the city, that was just kind of like a daily thing for you to use that station to connect from New Jersey to New York, right?
Right. I used to take the PATH train into Lower Manhattan every day.
Every day, and And after this happened
I'm
yesterday,
glad I didn't know it had a glass ceiling.
Yeah, it would have made you a little nervous, right?
That's really strange. It's really nerve-wracking.
Yeah, definitely. And it's going to be a challenging commute for an indefinite period.
Yeah, but it's a horrible, it's nothing to make light of. It's
sure.
Just a horrible thing. And, I commuted into the city for 20 years.
Wow.
It's every commuter's nightmare.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just sit on the trains, you kind of close your eyes and maybe read something like that and just take it on faith that it's going to be smooth sailing.
That's what you hope for. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's turn our focus to the October issue of New Jersey Monthly. Got the big pumpkin on the cover, so you know that it's one of the more special issues that they have each year with all the things that are going on. And fall fun, Ken. There's always lots of things happening around for the family in the autumn months in Jersey, right?
Yeah, Jersey, what a great place to be in the fall. There's so many different places that really, put all their skills to work, for 4 or 5 weeks to create great attractions for people, all built around the idea of it being foliage season. And we just list a bunch of them every year. And every year it's fun because we go back and we find the ones that we like the most, but
sure.
also, look for some new things that are going on. But some of the things that, happening like every weekend throughout October, there's a lot of different farms around New Jersey, particularly central and northern New Jersey, that put on great fall events, pumpkin picking and hay rides and the like. Two that we feature in this October issue are Lentini Farms up in Newton, up in Sussex County.
Okay.
They've got a really exceptional corn maze there, 10-acre corn maze, haunted hay ride, pumpkin picking, all that kind of stuff. And then, closer to home here is Terhune Orchards, we were talking about before, in the Princeton area.
Mm-hmm.
They have family fun weekends all through October, corn maze, pony rides, pumpkin picking, things like that. And those are a lot of fun. And then there's, all sorts of other farms like that to choose from for that kind of activity. A really cool thing is the Great Pumpkin Train out in Phillipsburg.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Out by the Delaware River. They have an assortment of different types of, old steam train rides that run up along the river, very scenic, beautiful foliage, and they make stops for the kids to go pumpkin picking. And they run on the weekends throughout October. I think there's 4 times a day that they set out around in the morning from 11 a.m. until 3:30 in the afternoon. Really cool thing to do, particularly if you got some kids at home that love trains. Ralston Cider Mill in Mendham is a wonderful place. We featured them last October. Wonderful place, an old-fashioned cider mill that's been preserved. You can go on a museum tour there, but once every year, and this year it's going to be Saturday, October 8th,
okay,
they do a cider pressing.
Oh, wow.
And it's really fun to watch. And then you can come away with, you have to bring your own containers, and you come away with some of this fresh cider, and that's really a fun thing. Other things, this weekend, unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be the best weather, but there's a Grand Harvest Festival at Foster Fields in Morristown, for wine tasting and the like, so a little bit more of an adult kind of thing to do. Saturday, there's a full craft show at Allaire Historic Village. There's a lot that goes on at Allaire, down in, it's around Wall Township.
Yeah, nice destination,
Allaire
sure.
State Park. They
Yeah.
have the historic village there. And throughout October, there's all sorts of events there. Tonight and tomorrow night, they actually have a reading of Edgar Allan Poe stories called an evening with Edgar Allan Poe, right, the master of the macabre. So that sounds like a cool thing to do if you're looking for something to do at night. And next weekend, hopefully, we'll have, the following weekend, the weekend of the 8th and 9th, hopefully we'll have some better weather. There's a Sussex County Harvest, Honey, and Garlic Festival, which I always thought was a strange mix, but it somehow makes sense.
Unusual combination, but
you
know what?
Sussex County Fairgrounds. It's free. If you want to go all the way down to Cape May, West Cape May is the annual Lima Bean Festival.
Oh, delicious.
There you go. I happen to like lima beans.
You?
I don't know
Okay.
about you, succotash. Also free. Great excuse to get in the car and head down to Cape May. Always a great destination. And a little bit closer in Keyport, down on the Raritan Bay, is the Screamin' Country Jamboree. Again, next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the 8th and 9th. There's square dancing, chili cook-off, country music. Always sounds like a lot of fun.
Just a lot of things this time of year.
A lot of things.
Seems like it's getting more and more, it seems like, more choices.
Yeah, and different types of things.
Yeah.
And mostly, great stuff for the family, for the kids. And so let's just hope for some, nice weather.
Yeah, and we'll get there, right? Yeah.
Enjoy the foliage.
Absolutely. We'll talk more with Ken coming up about some of the other cool things you could do on the fall weekends in Jersey. And it's front and center in the October issue, the fall day trips issue. Look for that with the big pumpkin on the cover. And we'll talk more to Ken coming up. Jersey Central traffic and weather time, 8:15. Traffic and weather every 10 minutes on the 5s. All important commute info. Here's Bernie Viter.
Good morning. Right now, Bert, we've got the heavy delays on the Turnpike cars and trucks. You're slow from interchange 12 to 13A. If you're on 287 North, exit 1 to 4, that's going to be heavy. And then more delays, exit 9 to 13 with southbound volume exit 5 heading into exit 1. On the Garden State Parkway northbound, 132 to 137, that's slow. Southbound a little slow as well into 130 with earlier problems. And look out if you're traveling in Woodbridge Township, southbound Route 27 by the Garden State Parkway. An accident there along the right side of the roadway. New Jersey Transit trains remain suspended into and out of Hoboken. You're going to find the trains heading into Secaucus Junction, and from there you can take a train. New York Waterway Path trains running, and Hudson Bergen Light Rail as well. For more, check out the Central Jersey traffic map at WCTCAM.com. I'm Bernie Viter with the 1450 WCTC traffic update.
Now the 1450 WCTC forecast. Periods of rain today, accompanied by a gusty northeast breeze. It'll be unseasonably cool as well. We'll struggle to reach about 60. Some showers, periods of light rain will continue overnight. Temperature pretty much steady, 55 to 60. Saturday cloudy with some periods of light rain or drizzle, high 60 to 65. Showers, 55 to 60 at night. And Sunday mostly cloudy, a little mild. Their highs will be 65 to 70. Still can't rule out a passing shower or two. Meteorologist Tommy Els on 1450 WCTC.
Miller Lite is brewed to be the light beer that tastes like beer. So that on any given Sunday, you don't have to settle for any given light beer. Great tasting Miller Lite. Spelled different because it's brewed different. Great beer, great responsibility. 2016 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Summer's over, the kids are back to school, and with chillier weather just around the corner, Open Road Cadillac of Morristown wants to help you prepare with the all-wheel drive Cadillac of your dreams. From the ATS luxury sedan to the XT5 sport utility, you can enjoy the safety of Cadillac all-wheel drive. And with payments starting as low as $299 per month with zero down, there's never been a better time. Visit Open Road Cadillac on Columbia Turnpike in Florham Park or online at openroadcadillac.com. $299 lease is 39 months with 10,000 miles per year on the 2016 ATS with zero down, excluding taxes and applicable fees. Offers expire 9/30/16.
American Repertory Ballet, New Jersey's premier ballet company, proudly presents Shakespeare's classic comedy, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Thursday, October 13th at the State Theater in New Brunswick. A Midsummer Night's Dream premiered in early 2015 to high praise. Critical Dance magazine exclaimed, "It's wonderful. I smiled from beginning to end." Set to an enchanting score by Felix Mendelssohn, the ballet brings to life the wit and splendor of one of Shakespeare's most popular comedies. Featuring colorful choreography, costumes, and sets, the story portrays the weaving tales of cunning fairies, quarreling lovers, and a hilarious amateur acting group as their paths cross in a magical forest. American Repertory Ballet's A Midsummer Night's Dream, Thursday, October 13th at the State Theater. For information and to buy tickets, visit arballet.org. American Repertory Ballet, bringing professional ballet to New Jersey.
This is another Health Minute brought to you by St. Peter's Healthcare System.
Did you know that St. Peter's University Hospital is only the 5th hospital in the world to achieve nursing's highest honor 5 consecutive times? The best of the best. That's what a magnet designation says about St. Peter's nursing excellence. The magnet designation recognizes healthcare organizations for quality patient care, nursing excellence, and innovations. Quoting Linda Carroll, Chief Nursing Officer and Vice President Patient Care Services at St. Peter's. Our nursing staff is outstanding and one of the most caring and compassionate groups of healthcare professionals to be found anywhere. They constantly set the standard for exemplary care, always keeping patients and families first in their work. St. Peter's University Hospital. When you want the best in patient care, trust the best nursing team.
Speak up and be heard on Jersey issues that matter most to you. Call Jersey Central with Bert Barron now at 732-545-9282 or toll free at 888-545-9282. Your state, your home, your voice. Jersey Central with Bert Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
Air drumming with us this morning is Ken Schlager, the editor of New Jersey Monthly Magazine, and we're going through, that was very good. We're going through the October issue here, the Fall Day Trips issue from New Jersey Monthly. Look for that, just a lot of great information and some cool things you could do with the family and celebrate the arrival of fall here in New Jersey. One looks very cool. It's a cool attraction. You can get a little bit of exercise at the same time, I understand.
A lot of exercise, yeah.
And you get to go to Cape May for a day,
right,
and you can't go wrong there, right?
Right, yeah. We're talking about the Lighthouse Challenge. And this is something that's been going, it's in its 17th year now. And, we all go down the shore and we see these beautiful lighthouses. And then, and you say to yourself, well, one of these days I'm actually going to walk up that.
Yeah, how many
thing,
years have I been saying that,
right. Well, the Lighthouse Challenge, there were 11 lighthouses in New Jersey, and the Lighthouse Challenge is an opportunity to actually visit and climb every single one of those 11 lighthouses over a course of 2 days, October 15th to 16th. This is held every year. There are, like I said, 11 lighthouses from Sandy Hook all the way down to Cape May, and then also on the Delaware Bay and up the Delaware River. So, and it amounts to about 250 miles of travel.
This is
right,
an investment in your time, right?
You need a car to go from one to another, and it's a total of 1,304 steps. And keep in mind, you have to double that because you have to go up. What goes up must come down. So and coming down is actually, pretty hard too, because you've got gravity with you, but you got to hold back, so it tense up your muscles and everything. But so we last fall we sent one of our intrepid reporters to go try the challenge, and by the way, it's just for bragging rights. You don't get anything.
Okay, just to say I did it right.
You don't get a medal or anything like that. But and she started up in Sandy Hook, which makes sense. She started Sandy Hook Light, which is the oldest operating lighthouse in the nation. It goes back to 1764.
Wow.
They give you a little what they call a passport there, and at each lighthouse you get it stamped, and and then there are also, I think, 2 life-saving stations and a museum that you visit. So Sandy Hook is 95 steps. So she did Sandy Hook, and then right nearby is Twin Lights.
That's right. Okay.
Right, and then you go to Seagirt Light is the next one. So you're working your way down south along the shore. Then you have to get out on LBI, Barnegat Light, Old Barney, right? One of our, really classic, 217 steps.
You got to work at that one.
Yeah, you got to work at that one, and then you come back on the mainland.
Right.
And you go down to Tuckerton Seaport, which itself is a cool place to go.
Oh, that's nice.
Right?
Yeah, I like that
And they
place.
have Tuckerton's Island Lighthouse there, which is actually a replica of a lighthouse that fell into the ocean in 1927. From there, you go to Atlantic City to Absecon Lighthouse, which is near Revel.
That's fun.
Which is no longer Revel. Did you see that? It's now called
10.
It's going to reopen as 10. And Absecon Light is 228 steps. And at night, it's really cool because you get to see the lights of the boardwalk in addition to looking out at the sea.
That's neat.
There's a really pretty one, unusual one in North Wildwood. You ever see Hereford Inlet Lighthouse?
I have not. I don't
it's
recall
it's kind of a looks like a Victorian house with just like a tower above it. It's not one of these tall. Yeah, it's very different, and it has gardens around it. It's kind of nice. And then you mentioned Cape May Lighthouse, which is, that's one that anybody who's been down to Cape May, you see that. It's 199 steps.
I think I've climbed that one.
Yeah, why it's not 200 steps, I don't know, but, it's a little quirky, 199 steps. And that one you get this beautiful view out over the ocean
spectacular.
and Delaware Bay and everything. And that's, like usually as far as anybody would think of going. But then you swing around to the Delaware Bay, and there's a very humble little lighthouse called the East Bay Lighthouse at the mouth of the Maurice River. Really interesting part of New Jersey.
Yeah.
On the Delaware Bay. That was a lighthouse that was originally built to guide the oyster fishermen back in from their labors out on the bay as they headed to their home ports on the Maurice River. So that's 9. Still got 2 to go.
2 more to go after
2
all
more
this,
to go.
right?
And somewhere along the way, you have to spend the night somewhere. I think our reporter spent the night in Wildwood. And it's off season, so it's kind of cool to be down there. It's pretty quiet. But then you have to make a big trek across southern New Jersey to the Delaware River side, where you get to the Finns Point Lighthouse in Pennsville.
Okay.
It's about an hour drive from the prior lighthouse. 119 steps to the top. By now, you're huffing and puffing.
Definitely.
And you got 1 more to go. 30 minutes up the Delaware River towards Philly is the final one, the Tinicum Range Lighthouse in Paulsboro. 112 steps. Barely making it to the top.
Right, yeah. That's the end of the journey.
And you've done it.
Man,
you've done it.
I could do this in a day.
Sounds easy, right?
I could set out
You could do it in a
this.
day.
I could.
I think
know I could.
I think it's physically impossible, just time-wise. But what's really cool?
Yeah, I guess so.
What's really cool is they're open. The lighthouses are open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday, but there are night climbs available at Absecon Light, at Cape May, and at Tuckerton.
See, that's what I'd have to do. I'd have to do 8 during the day and then get the other 3 at night.
So those Saturday night, the 16th, until 8 p.m., which even if you're not doing the whole lighthouse tour thing, that's kind of a cool thing.
I bet.
To do the night climb. Again, it's till 8 p.m. on Saturday the 16th at Absecon Light, which is Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
And again, very cool because you get to see the lights of Atlantic City there. Cape May Light and Tuckerton Seaport.
All right. The Lighthouse Challenge.
I
think I'm up to it.
Do it. And I got to confess.
Yeah.
It's still on my bucket list.
Okay.
I haven't done it yet.
All right. Maybe we'll knock this one out together.
All
Let's
right.
see. All right, more coming up with Ken Schlager, editor of New Jersey Monthly Magazine.